Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Written By Podcast. I am your host, Keana W. Mitchell. Okay, I'm just going to apologize up front for if I sound low, like I'm whispering or not talking as loud as I normally do. Please forgive me. I am recording this episode at my job during my lunch break, and so I can't be as loud as I normally am. So I have to talk a little quieter, but when I go through the editing stage, I'll try to raise the volume a little bit. So if I sound lower than usual, that's exactly what it is. I know that I have not really had a chance to get out a new podcast in the past couple of weeks, and I have missed you guys so much until I decided, you know what? I am going to get this done today at work or whenever I get a chance. This podcast is going to happen. So here I am at work recording the podcast on my lunch break. This week I'm so thrilled and excited because it's been a couple of weeks since I gave you guys a new song. And last week, I know we did the podcast, but it was a corrected episode. And so it was pretty much an episode that I already did, but just a corrected version of it. But this week, this is an entirely different song, an entirely different story that I'm just so excited to share with you. As you all know, if you're an avid listener of the podcast, I am a songwriter. And as a songwriter, I get my inspiration from so many different things. A couple of weeks ago, I told you I was inspired to write a song just because of an emotion that I felt. Last week, I told you I was inspired to write a song because of a situation I was dealing with. A couple of weeks before, I told you I wrote a song, and my inspiration came from the fact that I was just very, very upset. So, as you can tell by now, I get inspirations from anything, everything, whether it's an emotion, anything that I'm going through, any event that's happening in my life. Whatever it is, I can draw inspiration from anything. And I say this seriously. Now, what many of you don't know about me is that one of my many dreams and aspirations is to write a song for TV, movies, and commercials. Now, this is something I want to do because I think it's challenging. It takes me outside of my comfort zone. As you can tell, I'm an emotional writer. And as an emotional writer, I write from emotion. But a lot of things that you see on TV, they're not really emotional. I mean, they get you, but they're kind of happy or have a plot or something behind it. It's just a different style of writing. And I'm so excited. It seems so exciting. And I'm thrilled to be able to try this type of songwriting because I feel that it's going to challenge me beyond anything that I could ever imagine or be challenged by. So one day I decided, since I want to start writing for TVs and movies and commercials, it would probably be a good idea if I started practicing now. Every day, I try to set aside an hour or two just to write songs because I feel by doing this, I get better and it gives me time to think and to process and have my creative time. So on one particular day, it was a year ago, I sat down and I said, you know what, today I'm going to write a song for sync licensing, which is just writing songs for TV commercials or movies. So I sat down and I was like, yeah, my first song for a TV or a commercial or a movie. And I sat down and I started to write. And I had nothing. So I was like, maybe I just have nothing because this is all new and I'm just excited. So let me keep trying. So 3 hours later, I had nothing on my paper. Nothing at all. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this. I don't have anything to write about. I have no song. I have nothing. So with that in mind, what I did was I was getting frustrated because my goal is to have a song every time I sit down to write. But I had no song. I didn't even have words on the paper. It was just blank. My mind was thinking, but I wasn't getting anything. So I had a severe case of writer's block. So I was getting frustrated. So what I do most of the time when I'm frustrated, I just say, you know what? This is not working for me today. Let me try again tomorrow. So that's what I did. I just gave up. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try this again tomorrow. So the next day during my writing session, I was better prepared because that evening, after I had my failed writing session, I decided to think about what I was doing. Usually there's always a story behind why I write or a feeling or an emotion. But I couldn't come up with anything because this was something I wanted to do for TV or maybe a movie or even a commercial. So I said, Keana, what would you write about if you're writing for a movie? So I thought about it, and I was like, okay, what's your favorite movie genre? And I have to admit, I'm a little romantic, love set kind of person. I love romantic movies. So I was like, well, I'd probably write for a romantic movie. And then once I said I write for a romantic movie, it gave me an idea of what type of song I wanted to write. I knew I wanted to write a love song, but something that you can actually visualize, a story taking place if there was a particular movie that was going on at that time. So I sat down and I said, okay, so if I was writing for a movie that was a romance movie or something like that, I would probably like to write about something where the husband or the boyfriend is down and out about something, he's upset about something, and his wife helped him and encouraged him. That's what I came up with. So in my mind, I could see a scene of a movie. Of course, this movie's not written because I made it up to write my song. But in the movie that I saw in my head, it was a scene about a couple that had been going through some things, and finally near the end of the movie, the guy loses his job, and his wife or girlfriend lets him know, it's okay, I still love you, hope you're having a good day. You know, it was really sweet. I was like, oh, this is such a great movie. Can't wait for somebody to write that. So I decided to write based on this hypothetical movie in my head. So I sat down and I just started to write. So once I started to figure out I wanted to write for this hypothetical movie in my head, I began to visualize the different scenes that I thought should go in the movie that I was making up. And as I did that, these words just came to my mind. I just started to write. It was late in the evening. He stood there acting like he didn't care. And I was like, oh my goodness, that is such a great start. So I just kept writing and writing and writing. And the chorus is like, hope you're having a good day, whether you're winning or losing. I love you no matter what. We're gonna make it through. And I was like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted to write. So I sat down and I wrote this whole song based off of this hypothetical imaginary movie in my head. So this is where I got my inspiration to write the song, Hope You're Having a Good Day. And to be honest, I do think it would be a good sing licensing song for either TV, probably a movie, since I did it in my mind based on a movie, for a movie. So if there's any one of my listeners out there who's interested in writing movies and you need a plot about couples going through a hard time and the wife is being supportive, and I don't know what else you throw in there, but if you have an idea for this type of movie, I guarantee this is the song for your movie. All right. Well, I'm super excited for you to hear this song. And like I said, if anyone ever write a movie about this, give me a call. You can definitely use my song for your movie. All right. And now for your listening pleasure, here is the song, Hope You're Having a Good Day. Hope you like it. It was late in the evening, he stood there, acting like he didn't care. A long day, a hard day, full of failures and despair. He didn't want to go home that night because he had just been let go by his boss. He cleared out his desk so he could leave, found a letter from his wife he forgot to read. Hope you're having a good day, whether you're winning or losing. I love you, no matter what, we're gonna make it through. Hope you're having a good day, whether you're winning or losing. I love you, no matter what, we're gonna make it through. The drive home took forever. He wasn't sure what she'd say. He didn't know how to tell her that he lost his job that day. He didn't want to go home that night because he had just been let go by his boss. She held him while the tears fell down. She wipes his eyes and begins to say, hope you're having a good day, whether you're winning or losing. I love you, no matter what, we're gonna make it through. Hope you're having a good day, whether you're winning or losing. I love you, no matter what, we're gonna make it through. Ooh. or losing. I love you no matter what. We're gonna make it through. Hope you're having a good day, whether you're winning or losing. I love you no matter what. We're gonna make it through. Hope you're having a good day, whether you're winning or losing. I love you no matter what. We're gonna make it through. Okay, everyone, that was the song that I wrote for my imaginary movie. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast this week. I would definitely love to hear from each and every one of you. Now, the best way for you to contact me is to email me at written, WRITTEN, by BY, podcast, PODCAST, at yahoo.com. Or you can direct message me and follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Aneek Music, and that is ANAEKMUSIC. Well, it has been so nice talking with you, and I will be here next week to talk with you again. But until then, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you again next week. Bye-bye.